Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 India Edition right now, where we're watching our brand new dual stock train, electric baby, make its way down the brand new line that we created from New Delhi all the way to Karachi. And boy oh boy has that now implemented a ton of expansions and possibilities throughout the region. Not only does it give New Delhi more connections, which has now since increased the percentage numbers to which it can now grow, but also it's now going to grow all the little other cities that we connected to it. Now Karachi is going to go for a big boom because we're going to integrate this as part of our coastal route, to which we're going to be implementing in today's episode. So guys, as the expansions continue, the money keeps increasing. If you are enjoying the series, please smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But we need to keep getting and keep going on track. Now, we implemented this brand new line, which does crisscross here in Burj to Karachi with our secondary line that then does split to become our coastal route. So that line will share 2 stations with our coastal route. And this is going to go all the way up right now into Ahmedabad. There we go. I think I said that right, guys. And all the way go to Baroda over here, where it's going to crisscross over in an elevated train station fashion. And then that switches with our other coastal line we've got going all the way down to Kent at the very bottom. So all these lines are going to be intertwined and connected, but more importantly, we're going to bring it all the way over to Chab, connect a few more of these cities, and then we can start using the passenger. I mean, we are using the passenger front anyway, and it will take slightly away, but we can now bring more people over here to it, which again just makes the cities grow even more. So like I said, if you are enjoying it, guys, smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you want to see more, you damn fools. And we're going to start here then. So we'll start at this. No, actually, no, we'll start here because we've got to start with an elevated train station. So theoretically, I might make this one over here also elevated, just to kind of keep within its fashion. So if I go for the elevated, we're going to do a 240 length. You reckon that would be good enough? I think so. We'll do 2 tracks because it's going to be treated as an end station anyway. And if I set this up just... If I set this up just here... Okay, that will give us the biggest amount of space to kind of build the ground connections. Bam, there we go. And then that's going to run and bend in to a station that's going to be elevated here. Right. This is very exciting. Now, I don't think I need to implement multiple tracks or lengths here. I don't think I do, so I'm going to keep it as it is. And let's see what we can kind of do right now. This is going to be really interesting, setting this up. So let's go to configure then, and we'll go for the ground connections to begin with. So if I implement you on the outside and you on the outside, and to give it our best connection, we put the entrances so they connect to the road. Now over here we do the same thing again. And I think I might go for the inner ones. Oh, could we put them here? That's a good point. No, I kind of fall short by putting them there. But if I put you here and you here, does the ground connection connect? You connect. Okay, they both connect. That's good for us. Now, if I can get that third one here and here, that extends the radius in which we're able to connect. Okay, this is a little bit too high by the looks of it. So I might go underneath with the side connections. Right, that doesn't connect, neither does that. I think we might be a bit too high here. So can I compensate? Yeah, the land slightly falls away from us, doesn't it? It does slightly fall away from us. And it does make that seem like it needs to be super high. So what is the connection anyway? It's a decent radius anyway. It's the same as down below, so I think we'll kind of get away with that. I think we'll kind of get away. This is my concern here for these ones, but like I said, we might be alright. They are trying to raise up slightly, but we get a connection there, we get a connection there. Maybe the height in which I built them is a little bit too high. there, and there. So you connecting fine, you connecting fine. So that radius already pretty much connects to all of it. So I think that works out pretty well. Now, the real question is, if I dragged a straight line over to here, that's what we get, which is not bad. Or do I much prefer it to run straight to here and we raise you up? We'll just do it by one. That'll be fine. And then choose to bend it in. So it almost mimics the bend of the road, is where I'm trying to get at with this. Now, because it's the end platform here, we'll only need to do the crisscross here, and because we're not running any cargo trains up this way, I don't need to do any crisscrosses of any trains coming back out of this station. So I'm pretty much all good at this point. Now, what I want to be able to now do is to run... right, if I bend this round, if I bend this round, if I bend this round, and if I bend it round one more time, we are going to see if we can get that to run into there, and then these to run into there. So I've kind of now paralleled it with the road on that bend to kind of situate as just nice to lead in. And that's not too shabby. That is not too shabby, to be honest with you. I'm actually kind of a big fan. Right, everything else is all good. Everything else, from what I can tell right now, is going to be all good. If there's any issues, then we'll have to solve those as they kind of pop up. But I think it's all good. So, leading over here then, we get to Karachi, and that line is now connected to this line, connects to this line, so it connects the two lines straight away, but now we're moving into unknown territory. So, we would quite like it to end its route at Chab. Now, Chab has a pretty good radius connection. It's only got cargo trains in at the moment, but I wonder if it will allow us to run an additional platform, which I don't think it's going to do. I think we're already overloaded with the sizes of the stations right now. Yeah. Now, what runs in here, out of curiosity? So, what I might do is to be able... We're going to configure this station right now. Let me see if this would work. Alright, delete all of you. And I get the platforms in. We go passenger-based here. Right, we'll come back to that. But can I get another track in here? I can. And that's where the line is going to run. So where this crisscrosses here, and the line in question where it's got an issue is this line. Now, it can't, when it gets into Chab here, it can't utilize the additional platform because it no longer exists. So back to configuring this, I've managed to do minimal work to add in that additional line. Now, it has to share the one platform, but I'm keeping it because it connects to the hub, the cargo hub, the passenger hub, the shipping hub is the best way to put it. Only drags to this, granted. Actually, that's a good point. It only drags to there. So would it make more sense to build... No, I can't build elevated because the differences in sizes. Plus, I still want it to connect to there. I might have to force a bus route or a tram route to kind of bring passengers to here. But what's most important, though, is it connects to the harbour. So it's a bit awkward connection. I'm not a big fan of it, but it should still do what I need it to do. Right, pause the game. Delete you now, as we're now going to place in a passenger platform, 2 tracks, which should be ideal for us. And that's a decent connection, so we implement you in. Now we have to trim this road off here and make this road with a little bit of bendy-wendy on the go into there as it continues. So let's run this up first. So straight into there. I'm going to do no tunnel. Run you back. And obviously that then would merge in to here. Okay. No crisscrosses because nothing else is then going to be stopping. We get to, then we've got to do 2 more towns. So this is definitely an interesting one with how small it is. This one, we're kind of going to have to slightly run through it. So I'm thinking elevated, okay? Just to make life that tad bit easier for us. We go elevated. We go elevated. So getting it all positioned. And do I go for a 15 height? Let's try a 15 height on this one, on the hopes and chances that the ground connections are a bit easier. And I'll do the same here. So spin this right round. And I'm going to position this. Ooh, that's a good point. Where do I position it? Like here, maybe? There. Now, this is just this is going to be trial and error. Okay, this is going to be complete trial and error right now. Elevated buildings is what I need. So one there. See, that feels like it's really difficult as a connection. You can go there. You're there. So the connection was already there, wasn't it? Let me just delete that just to make sure. Oh yeah, the connection was already there for it, so I don't need to do the entrance bit. I know it's already connected there anyway. And what is the radius already of that? It covers most of the town already, but if I can get one on this side, then we're actually going to benefit a little bit more. No, that won't reach. Ooh, this is going to be tough. No, it's going the wrong way. There. Oh, nah, see, it's very difficult. What I'm going to have to do... That's facing the wrong way, isn't it? What I'm going to have to do is put you down there and then try and force a little bit of a road connection. Just to maximize the coverage and what the train station reaches. Now, it doesn't reach those buildings because those buildings are cargo. But, you know what I mean. The city and town should definitely grow. So that's going to have to do a bend down and swoop in, which is fine. This feels really low now, doesn't it? This one feels really low. Right, that connects. That connects. Right, if I built you there, there's going to be no way there's a connection coming in there at all. But that weirdly connects. I'm not going to judge it or question it. That connects. And I suppose that all is what matters. That connects there. So the radius is actually pretty good for that train station. Interesting, guys. Very interesting. So I'm going to bring this out to here. And that's elevating it as... Oh, it actually doesn't need to be elevated as much as you think it does. But if I went to there with this, brought this somewhat straight there, and then take it down, down. And then... So bridge, pillar, collision. That disappears when you change the type of bridge it is. This is actually quite an interesting run. I'm actually very intrigued by oh, hello. Right, that's that's thrown me off slightly. All right, bring you to there. Okay, that's thrown me off slightly. I'm not going to be able to run. both lines together, I don't think. Oh, hello. Oh, we're all good. We're all good. We are all good. I don't know how I've managed that, but I've managed that. Right, this is where the real pain's now going to come in from. Oofing these all off. So I've got to make it go that way. So if I raise it up, or initially raise it in stages. So that would come out. Okay. And that would obviously follow. And if I was to run it directly to it, where does it mess up? So you get a few messing ups right now. Maybe it would have been better to make it go underground. Yeah, that probably would have been a lot better to make it go underground. Let me try that. So it reaches the ground here. And then we want it to go under. And then we just got to get it to connect to here. Which if I delete back to where it's underground, I should be able to get a better bend on this. It's all very technical now, isn't it? It's all gone very technical. So I like the idea of it popping out every so often. It's quite cool to see the trains just going to, you know, pop out, say hello, and then go back into the tunnel. We don't need to do crissy-crossies because they're not stopping at this station to come back out. They're going to run the whole length and then come back. We're just going to solve this here because we're allowing them to utilize multiple platforms here. As I've since decided. I don't know why I decided that, but I've decided that, guys. Alright, bring you to there. You're into here. It's going to delete that building, which is a shame. Into there. Now, again, nothing's coming in that way to go back out. It's straight in onto the next one. So don't need to throw a crisscross down there just yet. So what am I now missing? I'm just going to hook this up to there, right? That's literally all I've got to do. So if I ran this going up, and that's as high as I can make it. So it's going to utilize the crissy-crossy on the roads. There we go. And if I just see how this falls. That is not too bad. We could actually give it an actual bridge. Which is really nice to see. And can I turn this into a bridge? Nah. I like that bridge. I like how it crosses over, so it is kind of cool. Guys, that's all done. Obviously, apart from my signals. Now, I'll sort the signals out. So, I've got to do this one here. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out. If I do it 350 auto sig and then go back. I'm probably doing this all wrong. But just roll with me, okay? Roll with it. Actually, I do need a crisscross here because they can't use all the tracks if I don't have it. I've just realised that one. So signal-wise, you go there. And then after this is when we'll drop down you. And place you in. And then you're there. You're there. You're there. Right, I think, guys, we're now okay. We're now good to go. He says this, but, you know, there's always... I feel like that went a little bit to plan a little bit too easy, if you know what I mean. So starting here, where it's able to utilize both sides of the platform, then we go down here, and it's got to make sure that it's on the other side. Leading down to here, which it is going to be able to utilize all the platforms. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. I don't normally set it up like that, but it's all part of the fun, right? It's quite fun to see. And because they're sharing the line, we might as well give them the option to pick all the platforms. Right, leading down to Liari, if that's how you pronounce it. I really need to work on my pronunciation, guys. I can't even say British town names, so you know, you gotta cut me some slack. I'm foolish like that, okay? I'm foolish like that. Right, that's only one platform to use. So coming in this way then, gonna make sure that we're on the opposite side now. Leading all the way back. Glorious. All the way back. And there should be now no option for them to switch over unless they obviously become to Karachi again. All the platforms. To Burj. All of them. And then running all the way up now. So it might switch on this one, which it doesn't. And then back to the start. So that's all up and running. That line is now good to go. So it crisscrosses the line that goes straight to New Delhi and the other line that goes straight to New Delhi. But more importantly, that coastal line goes all the way down south as well. So it's going to be a really, really important section. We've got Karachi, a bigger station, but they're more likely to crisscross at Burj. But the two stations there set up, bulked up anyway, for if we have those vast amount of passengers wanting to switch at both areas. So kind of kills two birds with one stone, as they say, boys, as they say. So I'm hoping this is going to work out well anyway. So what I'll do is go electric. We're going to buy 1, 2, 3. I'll buy 4 jewel stocks for it, which might be heavily overkill, considering that I've only got 4 on that line to New Delhi, which is a longer line. And I think I might need 2 more on this line. So I'm going to duplicate 2 more there. So now we've got 6. So I think that should then be okay. Right, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this now goes. So how's New Delhi doing anyway now with all these expansions that are going on? It's looking pretty good. Its target population wants to be super, super high, but I've limited that by the river and the fact that I've constructed in the center of it. It's all limited, boys. It's all limited. Right, do we need more vehicles here? I'm not sure if we need more vehicles or is a case of setting up the road layouts a lot better. It's most likely that, if anything. Train coming in with all the goods. Yeah, we need to set up these road layouts. I think it might be a case. It's more of a case of the traffic is the issue. So what I could do is set up like what I've done in various other places with having the underpasses. You know what I mean? So if I deleted this road, and how do I delete this without deleting the train tracks? So by deleting that road, what it then forces the lines to do is take alternative routes, and the routes that it now takes obviously go underground. Now we have a road here that needs to be utilized for the trams crossing. Now I don't know if I'm able just to build. Are we able just to build like tram lines? We're not, are we? No. So where does it run? They stop there. If I could force them to go underground around this area somewhere and the trams go underneath, then there'll be free-flowing traffic with all these trains that keep coming in and out. So let's attempt that now. Let me delete you. I know I'm deleting now big chunks of New Delhi. But road-wise, let me just go normal road to begin with. That's a bus route, isn't it? Is that? Oh no, that's a tram route. Hold on, where did the trams go in? Oh no, that's the outer tram loop. Okay. No, we're okay. We're okay. So if I brought you down to bring you across to pump you up, that road can continue going down here anyway. And let's get the building network all connected still. And would it make sense to build here? I don't think it would. I don't think it would. But if I upgraded it now to include tram tracks. Like that. Get rid of the upgrades here. That will then reroute the tram going underneath. Now, if I deleted this road, so even the vehicles couldn't drive down here. We're hoping that creates a bit more movement. You know what I mean? And because the tunnels come out on the secondary road here, I wonder if that will become more of the main route that gets used for the passenger vehicles. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I have no nose. No, I do have a nose, but I don't know. I don't know nose. Yeah, interesting. So that changes my truck routes and thus then should alleviate traffic pressures. Now we do have roads that do cross over, but I don't want that there. So can I delete this without deleting the tunnel? Because I have a perfectly situated tunnel right here that they could use. Now granted, the game might build, or the city might build its own roads cutting through. But it might create more van freedom. Now, the other side of it is, like, fair enough. I've got a... how many? 16 trucks here. It might be a case of just replacing these with not electric ones. Because they carry 16. If I went for like a normal truck, it carries 32, which is next to 12 per vehicle. And that would soon suck up all the goods and deliver them to where we need to get to. I know it does give emissions, but it's got 30% emissions already. I don't know if that will add it to 40%. I'm not too sure. But I have deleted some of New Delhi. They're not going to be happy with me, but it's for the greater good. It's for the greater good, boys. I'm not liking this road. I wonder if... I mean, if I spent some time on doing roads through New Delhi, I'm sure I can make it a better layout network for them. I went to there and then bought this. I mean, there's ways here in which I can improve all of this. And create more road networks. Well, I took it too far there. In reality, I should have connected it to the bridge. I should have connected it. Now, I don't want to... I mean, I can choose to do that, but I don't want to. I'm doing work here, like I said, I don't really want to do. But I can utilize all this dead space. So if I killed you off, for example, and I ran this to there. If I built you to here. Ooh. You see where I'm going with this? There's a slight bridge there. Let me delete this bit. That's now on the ground. Bring this now back. Right, delete it back by 1. And I've got to add the tram connection back in. And if I smoothened it all off, I've unlocked so much more surface space. If I go flatten. Alright, I'm going to see if I can kind of create this up to here as well. That's normal road. What I'm looking for is it to... Okay, so that's not going to do what I want it to do there, which is understandable. Alright, hold on. Hold on, boys. There's something here I can do. If I deleted this connection and deleted you, and had that road bend into it, but obviously I would want that to stick to the ground, which it's not going to. So what I would have to first initially do is delete you, right? Get the land to flatten around it. I'm not deleting the river. That's what I'm refusing to do, okay? I am refusing to delete the river. All right, I think that won't do it because of this. But I might delete that as well anyway. Now, bring this straight. And then bend that round into there. We can add our connection back here, which is fine. And then the big boy road. 2 here. And then that. 2 there. And then terrain it to be smooth. And now you just got all this space here. Without reclaiming any of the river. But I've just gained all this space that I can now work with. And potentially get some larger buildings being built on the side. You can do the same on the opposite side as well. But it also gives us that additional and alternative road that they can use to drive upon. So I've just made it even more intertwined and connected. Now that would have taken a slight hit to New Delhi with the buildings that I've just deleted, but they will come back eventually. They will all come back. So waiting for them to pick up the stuff from here and for it to all slowly start moving around. But I can't control if they rebuild some certain stuff. But it should keep our traffic flow a bit better. Because we did have a, I mean, traffic, we've got 10%. How bad is traffic in New Delhi? Is there some spots that I don't realise we have traffic? We had it here, which is now since, and it will alleviate itself now they take these new routes. But is that the only form of traffic over here, maybe, when the trams come in? If that was the only thing causing us the 10%, that's now going to dramatically change as they all now utilise different routes. We just got to wait for them to kind of pass. Is this tram here okay? Oh, traffic lights. I mean, that's another thing as well. You can also kind of technically get rid of traffic lights. So if I went to traffic and then I killed them off, I would increase the flow of vehicles moving around. You can also upgrade these for 4-lane roads. So off it goes. Vehicles will move on through. And then we're all cleared up then. And then hopefully physically back to normal. Or at least I think we'll be anyway. At least I think we'll be. But yeah. Right. It'll be interesting to see what they build here then. If they choose to go down the route of building some skyscrapers of some form or fashion. That will be quite interesting. We'll have to see what they do with it all. We'll have to see, boys. We'll have to see. So, yeah. You will see a little bit of a dink in the charts at some point, but it is what it is. Right, we got a lot of people here waiting for the blue line, which is our line. Oh, it's our newish line that we built to Karachi. So we are waiting for lots of trains. We might need to add a few. We might have to add 2 more on top of what we've already got. Unless it's a case of the 2 that I already added in, the 2 extras, haven't made their way over here yet. Maybe. But we do have a lot of demand anyway, so we're going to bulk those trains out. And they come from out of here, don't they? Yes. Right, nice. Any of our new trains made it on the way down here yet? No, I think they go back this way first, don't they? Yeah, they're... Oh, I'm in play mode. Let's try and go in fast forward. Or whatever the game considers fast forward at this point. Look how jumpy it was then for a second. Right, got a bridge here crossing, which is all good. Just wondering if we might need to add in some additional bridges. They've now just got more connections, which is vital for them. And Burj right now, this is going to go for a nice little growth spurt at the same time. Look at that. 400 plus connections. They're going to go rocketing right now with the growth. I'm very excited for Burj. I really am excited for those guys. I really am. But I'd love to see what New Delhi does with all this newfound space. Definitely some taller buildings can be implemented in. Right. Is it worth extending the rest of the 4-lane road down here? I mean, I say is it worth it? Is it possible to begin with? So I can. It does remove and move some buildings. But is it an issue with the traffic? I don't feel like it is. Has it now kind of updated to say that there is no traffic there? It all depends. We've got traffic here because obviously there is lots of vehicles trying to get in and out. So I wonder if I delete this. Let me reconfigure it again. Pause. Delete this building, and this building. And we configure this to extend it. And I could add another street access, which will connect into it. And we kind of then do need some more cargo buildings so we can hold more goods. So I've slightly taken over this area a little bit more. So I wonder how that changes. Yeah, it now provides us with entry and exits on the opposite side. So that should alleviate a lot of traffic flows within this vicinity and also give us a bit more space for loading up on the platform at the same time. Busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy, busy. Right, nice, glorious. We'll allow New Delhi now to recover from my deletings. Look at the amount of buildings hanging on the cliff edge. Damn. Don't open your back door, guys. Don't open your back door. It's a big drop. It's a big drop right now into that river. You better be careful, fools. You bet to be careful right now. All right, nice. So we see more movement on that blue line now. We actually are. So my original 2 trains must have now slowly arrived. A lot is going on in the center of the train station right now. So many trains coming in and out, which is good to see. Real good to see right now. So it's all systems go, boys. It is all systems go. It's just so I could sit there and just watch it. That's how good it is. I could physically just sit there and just watch. That's how entertaining it is just to kind of watch how these cities kind of grow and stuff. Right, any trains made it down here yet? How far have they currently got? They have got... Okay, I'm not sure which line you're on. You're on line 11. Is this my first train here on the way? I think it is, yes. I think it actually is. So this is my first train making its way through. And continuing on. Now, the train station does connect to the harbour, which is good to see. So more intertwined connections. Question would be, is it worth me shipping from other areas? I mean, I don't want to take away from areas that I've currently got. But it's an interesting thought process, isn't it? It really is. How are the trams doing around here? Considering that there is like quite a big built-up area, not many people want to go anywhere, but it all comes down to the coverage. We've got to create additional bus and tram routes to give us more coverage for it to make a bit more sense. We seem to have a lot of people waiting here. Oh my goodness me. Right. How good is this line? How much money is it making? Oh my god, we need more boats. We currently have 8. I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna double the amount of ships right now. Because they hold at 800 each, so that'll be an extra 800 coming out. Which should be good for us. What's going on in Sri Lanka? Oh, okay. We need, you know what? Let's, can I update these trams first? To hold 43, so that goes from 270 to, oh, that's actually gone down. Okay, fair enough. I'll add 4 more onto the line. That one is not as busy, but I suppose it depends on where you look at it. It depends on where you look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So it adds more trams, so we should see more movement now on the go. Where's the tram depot anyway here? Where is the tram depot? Where are they coming from? Oh, over here. There we go. There we go. Right. Should see more movement there now on the go, which will then lead to more people wanting to cross the waterfront. But yeah, I think we've got to come back at some point and take a deeper look at Sri Lanka. I feel like we really need to. Right, that will kind of bring us more people to collect right now. What's going on over here? Oh, Calta Coimbatore. Right, now since we reduced it down to different size planes, we are seeing different level of numbers because we dropped it to where we were barely making money to now we are making money, but as the demands do grow, things change. So is it a case of just replacing these now with bigger capacity planes again? I don't think it's a case of going straight to the big Douglas ones. We're currently using the A320s, which carry 37. The Boeing 757 carries 50. I might just switch them to Boeing 757s, which will give us a extra 40 almost passengers. And then add an additional plane. So I've gained almost 90 per round trip in passengers we can now move about. So we'll have to see if it makes much of a difference. We'll have to see if it makes much of a difference. Now, these routes here for the trams are okay. The train routes are okay at the moment in Calcutta. Everything is running smooth. You're waiting for ore deliveries. I'm going to assume, yep, there's an ore delivery on the way, but there's a lot, wow, there's a lot of ore here to be picked up. Right, have you come from here? Manage vehicle, edit. Double its capacity. Was that train? Yes. I mean, same with that, to be honest with you, but I feel like we just need to get the ore numbers up first. Gotta get those ore numbers up first. Yeah. That's wild, isn't it? It's actually wild. Right, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. New Delhi is actually now bigger than we've ever seen it before. So it's doing something right. We now got it to 520 on destinations. Ridiculous, boys. Ridiculous. Has the cargo traffic died down slightly? It has in this area. How is actual traffic? Do you know what? I'm going to bulk up this road. 4 way lanes going all the way down to here. Okay. It does stop here. Granted. But the trams have got to turn at this point here. I wonder if I should now turn off the traffic lights. Just keep free movement going. Just keep the free movement flowing and going. This hinders us slightly, but it is what it is. I've got to do it. I mean, I can make it... I mean, that's another point as well. I could make it go into a tunnel. Which then wouldn't have these stopping and starting all the time. I'll wait for it to be completely free here before I make judgment. Okay. So me upgrading that road, has it taken some... do you know what? No, it hasn't. It hasn't really changed much of New Delhi. They're still able to kind of bounce back from it. They really are. But yeah, it makes sense to make this go into underground. I can shorten the train length down. It all depends on how long the tunnel has to be. Or I can make it elevate and go up and over. Then I wouldn't have to make it go underground. It depends if I can clear that first bit of road. Making it go down, though, means it gives us more space for building. Because having an elevated train line does mean stop buildings from growing. Not all the time, though, because sometimes they like to build through it, which is wild. But wait for this to leave, anyway. Wait for this to leave. How are we doing in this one, anyway? Is it getting enough goods? It's the plastic that it's now losing out on. There's a ton of plastic here. So we're going to edit this train to be a 300 capacity now. And I'm about to bring more plastic now over. Right, that's now all been cleared. So I'm going to pause for a hot min. Delete that. Configure this. So I'm going to configure it to delete these two first. To then get the track constructions to reduce this in length. So I could do it there, but it's the platforms. But I've got ways in which I can solve that. I've got a really good way in which I can do that. So if that was like this, and then I configure these to have platforms, passenger platforms, right? Oh, hang on, autosave. I can have the buildings situated where they are. That then goes underneath, not interacting with any of the roads, so trucks can freely flow. Plus, it gives me more space to build buildings. So that's just provided so much more surface area and more free-flowing traffic for New Delhi. Just gonna make sure I get the right type of buildings in. So I'll do these smaller ones. Ooh, can't get you in. What if I do the small passenger? No, miscellaneous. I can do these little ramps, but that won't connect. No, I do need that. Oh, that already connects to there anyway. It just needs to connect to that. Actually, that's a point. So if I get rid of this, it still connects. So I don't need these. Because all I needed to do is to connect to this. Now, obviously, no, actually, it makes sense to have the road connecting to it. Because cargo buildings. Because it means then more gets unloaded via the train. if that makes sense. Thus being forced to go into the... Where is it? Platforms. The vehicles. So I can get that there. It's a shame I can't squeeze anything small enough in here without having to do that. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? I could put you in there, which is, I mean, what I destroy there, I make up for gaining back there. So you get a bigger radius right now for the train station, which is quite important. Oh, pause. Delete all of you. There we go. And can I make this? No, I have to take this back a bit more. Spin you right round. And then train tracks. So the crisscross now has to happen over here. And then signal-wise, that goes there. That is just how it has to be. But we've just gained all this space now, boys. All this space for buildings to build. So, works out in the end, slightly. Works out in the end. Right, genius. Absolutely genius. He says. Okay, we'll leave New Delhi now. We'll just leave it to kind of now bounce back. And for it to fill the little nooks and crannies that we've officially created. Train lines are running back and forth down here, which is good to see. So we'll see a lot of movement around these areas. I've got to build something over here to make it have an effect. These towns are now going to start growing because all of a sudden they've got huge destinational boosts. Karachi should go for a nice little boost again. Oh, Liari is going to go nice and big. Burj is definitely still growing. It's slowly filling up all their little gaps right now. Ahmed over here is doing pretty well. That's going to go for a big growth spurt. And has it changed this one much? I'm not sure. We'll have to see what kind of happens over in this little town, this little city. Other than that, boys, things are going to plan. I'm impressed. I really am impressed right now. They're slowly going to plan. The airport route is looking super busy. I might now just manage the vehicles and replace this airport route with electric and the dual stock. It just makes sense now, doesn't it? It does make sense. So that should be picking up a bulk amount of passengers back and forth, making me that sweet, sweet cash. And we are making money. So, not bad. Now, is my brand new line making profit? Not yet. You got to give it time. It's quite a long route. So, like I said, you just got to give it a little bit of time just yet. Have I made more money in general lately? Wow, I think we just had a record income year. 3.58. It was previously 3.51. Wow, okay. 3.58 is our new record income year. It'd be nice if we're making $2 billion of profit every year. Like profit alone. Holy moly. And that is just making it more efficient in general. And just getting more goods moved about. It all helps out. It all legit just helps out for us. Right. Lots of movement, boys. Lots of movement. Fingers crossed it all goes to plan. Now, we might need to do additional connections over here as well. Because you don't want any fuel going to waste. But so far, so good. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.